Don't do what I have done, do it better. The lessons I will give you will be evergreen, but build on top of that structure and build it as high as you want. One of the biggest things that will cost you is windows and roof. To add value to this house, we're actually going to be doing a 6-meter extension at the back.
Thank you so much for letting us use your project, bro, and it'll be good for you to introduce yourself.
Hi guys, great to connect with every single one here today. Everyone's a new face to me. Obviously Denzel, inspirational guy, part of the Gen Z club, such a young age, achieving so much. And in certain ways, I look up to him because I was like, at his age, I wasn't doing what he's doing. I'm old school, old money. And what you sort of need to use today is don't do what I have done, do it better. The lessons I will give you will be evergreen, but build on top of that structure and build it as high as you want. So today what we're going to be looking at is a strategy called HMO. That's a housing in multiple occupancy. Is everyone really excited to see a back to brick today? Yeah. Come on then, let's go. Gurnam, should we? The first thing what you see on this house is when you go and look for a project, the visuals are very, very important. When you're walking down the street, you don't want to find the best house on the street. You want to find the worst house. As you can see, this is the worst house on the street. Why? Because you get a discount. Nobody else is looking at this. One of the biggest things that will cost you is windows and roof. So this is something straight away you can look at visually outside to say, how much are my windows going to cost me? They're normally around the £9,000 to £13,000 mark. So it's quite a big chunk of your budget. Next thing, you'll have to sort of look at your roof. That's going to be another big cost. Let's go, guys. Something we're going to be doing on this project is taking out these chimneys. Why? Because it provides more sort of space. To add value to this house, we're actually going to be doing a 6-meter extension at the back. And we've also got a boiler room separate to put a mega flow system. All right, let's have a little look up at upstairs. So something that Gurnam's actually done on this site is he's put on CCTV. We've obviously stripped all of this back. We've got to drop the joists down. So as you can see, we'll have to cut the bricks down there, bring this joists lower. We're probably going to have new hangers, which are going to go this side. There's going to be a dormer loft. Loft conversions can vary on project to project, whether you're doing a single dormer or a double dormer, but I would say you're at least looking minimum sort of around the £45,000 mark, can go all the way up to £70,000. Make sure your contracts are very, very clear, and don't always just go for the cheapest, because cheapest sometimes is not always the best. What we don't talk about in the property industries is failures, things going wrong. And actually something has gone quite largely wrong on this project. This area has become Article 4. So we're going to have massive problems in turning this into a HMO. Disaster, right? But here's the thing, because Gurnam's bought this dilapidated sort of condition, and we bought it for around about 500, added 200,000 for building costs, it's still got an end value of 850. So it's still got 150,000 left in this deal. So there's a few options what we can do here. We can flip it and it's a nice 150,000 out, or we can rent it out to another market, which is also going to be just as sort of lucrative. So there's like semi-independent homes out there who require stuff like HMO sort of standard, but it's not a HMO, it's under different planning. So you'll be able to see that in the new house, and then we'll go out into the garden area where we can actually see what a boiler room looks like and how it's looking out there. So are we ready to go? All right, cool. property license over there, rubbish collections, what day the bin people come. On the right hand side, energy performance certificate, electrical certificate, and gas bin. You don't need to know any of this, just get the right people to give you the certificate for it. If there's ever anything wrong, they will tell you and say, oh, this is wrong, I can fix it, 50 or 80 quid. License is normally given for around about 5 years, yeah? And every 5 years you have to renew it. On the kitchens, they don't go too much in detail. What they say is they're enough. Out this consumer unit here is a little mini one for your sockets and lights. So if the electrics ever trip, you won't have this tenant calling you because they've got their own separated sort of consumer. This actually costs about 50 quid. And obviously maybe just a little bit more on the labor work when you're telling the electricians, can you separate this and put it towards this? But trust me, long term, this is gonna save you so much time and energy. We've got a lovely ensuite here and it always creates a lot more value. Do things calmly. Never go, get out, this, that, all of a sudden you've got a court case on you. In 1995, my uncle just went upstairs above the shop and just locked up the door and said, get out to this tenant who weren't paying for 4 months. 89,000 it cost him, 89,000. Amazing, you give me always a lot of respect. Big high five to you. Look at the amount of people here to learn today. You know, he's brought these students here, and obviously Denzel's networking with the best in the industry to make sure that his student also gets the best, you know, experience. And when it comes to real life and seeing real life projects, there's no one who does it better than me. And that's what you need, is real life, real projects, real stories, and someone to answer the questions there and then. And that's all I'm here to do today, is to provide as much of my knowledge and experience, Denzel's students, his academy, and get them leveled up.
Bro, thank you so much for, you know, allowing us to come down to your project, man. It's always good for people to learn the theory and how to find deals, how to analyze it, but actually to see it live for someone who's been in the game for a long period of time, it's something that you can't replicate, right?